He used to regret that his powers were limited, but now Sid had extraordinary abilities. Mentally, in the memory of his magic spells he could still use in this world. Its existence will not be able to be destroyed because Sid is nuclear itself. The story goes back to when Minoru Kageno died from being hit by a truck, and he was reborn into a noble family named Kageno. The Kageno family is a family that has a bloodline of extraordinary swordsmanship and magic. Minoru Kageno has been reincarnated as a child named Sid Kageno and has an older sister named Claire Kageno. Father, mother, and Claire were overjoyed at the birth of their son. From now on, Claire will continue to look after and protect her beloved brother. As for Sid, since he was a baby, he has remembered everything he learned on Earth, including magic. Several years passed, and Sid often practiced sword techniques together with Claire. But he deliberately didn't bring out his full potential because Sid wanted to take advantage of this chance of reincarnation to achieve his dream. A hero will not reveal his own strength to anyone. That was what Sid wanted until now, and he only wanted to eradicate evil secretly, like behind a black shadow. Sid has unique equipments. He uses ordinary slime ingredients to make jelly. Afterward, it was formed into elastic clothing and the sword, then strengthened with Sid's magic. Since Sid wanted to train his magic power until he was satisfied, he tried to steal the gold coins that the bandits had. Sid also needs money to achieve his dream, so he commits this heist alone. After killing all the bandits, Sid finds a very suspicious gauge. When he saw it, it turned out that there was a human who had a mysterious disease. Sid also sensed that there was tremendous magic power in this human body. However, he didn't want to give this body to anyone. If Sid gave this to the church, they would surely kill it. So Sid had a clever idea. He immediately took the gold coins belonging to the bandits and brought this creature into his unused warehouse. Sid wanted to do his magic experiment on the human. After a month, Sid did not expect the human he brought to be a half-elf race of extraordinary beauty. After seeing this, Sid has another idea to make his dream come true. Sid gives her a name, Alpha, and Sid accidentally tells her a fake tale. He made up a story as if Alpha was the victim of a crime committed by the Demon Lord. I'll explain what story Sid made up to lie to Alpha. Sid tells that a long time ago, there was a story of a demon lord named Diabolos who had died because he was killed by 3 legendary heroes. However, unfortunately, Diabolos was still able to spread his evil aura and curse the children of the heroes. Alpha is one of the children of the heroes who was cursed by the demon lord Diabolos. After many years had passed, a group of people wanted to resurrect the demon lord and distort the history of the story of the heroes. That group of people is the Diabolos cult, or the Diabolos religion, where all members worship and have religious beliefs in the demon lord. So the main enemy right now was the Diabolos cult group. Alpha had been cursed by the demon lord in the past, and her pride had been lowered. But Alpha has been saved by Sid, and he asks Alpha to join the organization Sid created. An organization called Shadow Garden will always eradicate the evil behind the shadows in the dark of night. Shadow Garden will be led by Sid, and his followers must call Sid Shadow. At first, Alpha was confused and couldn't believe that the fairy tale about the heroes and the Demon King Diabolos was real. When Alpha's body became a monster for no reason, she once despaired and lost everything about her life. However, after Alpha was rescued by Sid, she was convinced that the story she had heard was true. So Alpha is willing to become Sid's follower to eradicate evil and avenge her past treatment of the Demon Lord. She will also look for the descendants of other heroes and will invite them to join the Shadow Garden. Alpha also tells Sid to make a base and continue to enlarge the organization by raising a lot of money. Sid feels happy because his fake story can make Alpha believe and invite her into a fake organization that only exists in Sid's delusions. From now on, Sid, a Chunibyo, will be having fun playing his role as Eradicate Evil. Sid is also happy because he can get followers just by making up a story that he made up his own plot.
あなたがそれを望むなら、私はこの命をかけましょう。
そして君はアルファと名乗れ。
3 years have passed, and Sid is already 13 years old and is practicing sword techniques with his older sister. In this world, sword and martial techniques were extremely ancient, far different from what existed on Earth. Sid could beat Claire instantly, but he didn't do it because Sid wasn't the main character in his own storyline.
技術をもってすれば。
シド、しばらく相手してあげられないけど、一人でもちゃんと訓練するのよ。
Even though Claire could defeat Sid, she knew that Sid could have great swordsmanship potential. Claire has also been learning how Sid uses his own sword technique. 2 years later, Shadow Garden's organization became bigger, all of them female members of various races. Alpha successfully obtained members and tried to invite anyone with a hero's lineage. Even though the story of the Diabolos cult and the descendants of this hero is just a fake story and Sid's delusions, the members of Shadow Garden also have the same uniform as Sid, elastic clothes, and weapons that can be transformed into any shape. In Alpha's investigation, the abilities of the Diabolos cult are getting stronger, and it's possible that they already have the power of a demon. However, Sid will still carry out the goals of this organization, killing criminals in the shadows without anyone knowing. Currently, Claire has learned magic swords at a school called Midgar, but unfortunately, when Claire had been studying there for a long time, she was suddenly kidnapped by someone. This worried Claire's father and mother because she was the successor to the swordsman of the Kagano family. Sid, who saw this situation, immediately ordered the members of his organization, Shadow Garden, to search the base where Claire was being held. One of the Shadow Garden members, Beta, says that Claire's kidnapping must be the work of the Diabolos cult group. But unfortunately, the other Shadow Garden members still can't predict where Claire is being held, even though many Diabolos cult bases have been found. Then Sid randomly shows Claire's location to her. In fact, he also doesn't know where Claire is now. But Beta assumes that Sid's hint is correct. If Beta combines the movement lines of the other Diabolos cult members from each base, the location that Sid points to becomes the perfect place to hold Claire. So tonight Shadow Garden will immediately save Claire there. On the other hand, it turns out that the Diabolos cult's goal is real. They will resurrect the Demon King Diabolos to reverse history. Orba, one of the members of the Diabolos cult, deliberately kidnaps Claire because her blood is suitable to be used as material for the resurrection of Diabolos. Orba will also be after Sid because it is possible that he also has the same blood as Claire. After listening to Orba's words, Claire was furious because she didn't want Sid to be tortured, and Claire would kill Orba right now. Unfortunately, Orba managed to beat Claire until she limped. But suddenly, Shadow Garden broke into the Diabolos cult's headquarters and killed them in a very sadistic manner. Orba immediately fled from there, but the Shadow Garden members had blocked the base exit. Alpha, Beta, Delta, Epsilon, Eta, Gamma, and Zeta say that they know the plans of the Diabolos cult members. Orba was surprised that the secret plan of the Diabolos cult group had been exposed, so he would fight the members of Shadow Garden alone. Alpha believes Sid has blocked other exits in this base. Well, actually, Sid was just wandering around and got lost in this Diaboloscult space. It also happened that Sid met Orba, who was about to run away from this base. Orba was furious that the headquarters had been surrounded by the Shadow Garden organization. Then Sid will have fun fighting against Orba like a crazy person.
教えてあげよう。正しい魔力の使い方ってやつをさ。まだまだこれからだ。味わえ、己の無力さを。教えてやろう。この世界の。ならば潜ろう。どこまでも。
After that, Claire's rescue mission has been successfully carried out. But Shadow Garden did not show themselves to Claire because the purpose of this organization was to eradicate the evil behind the shadows without anyone knowing. So Claire angrily returned home and immediately felt relieved after seeing Sid still there. Then the Eminence in Shadow episode 2 ends here. Wait for the next episode next week.
お別れよ。私たちはあなたの元を離れる時が来たわ。